When Biden canceled his trip to Papua New Guinea, I repeatedly heard the US media describe us as this tiny island nation or this small Pacific country. And I thought I would take an opportunity to share some facts on my first ever TikTok video. Hi, my name is Nikki Okuk and I am Papua New Guinean American. So let's start with the size of the New Guinea island. In fact, it is the second largest island in the world after Greenland. West Papua and Papua New Guinea, each one half of the New Guinea island. Papua New Guinea itself as a nation is in fact slightly smaller than California, but larger than Germany, Italy, and many other nations. It's in fact the largest Pacific island nation, setting aside Australia, which is a continent. Now, if you were to combine the two halves of the New Guinea islands, so that's Papua New Guinea and West Papua, which by the way continues to be illegally occupied by Indonesia, the full New Guinea island is quite large. It is actually larger than Ukraine or France. Now, talking about population. Population estimates in Papua New Guinea are about 10 million. A lot of our population lives rurally and doesn't report on census records, so maybe 12. Same goes in West Papua, about 6 million are estimated, for a total population on the island of say 17 million, right? This is larger than nations like Cuba or Syria. So we are not, by those two measures at least, a tiny island nation. It should also be worth noting that we lead the world in many things. Most notably, the 10% of the world's languages are spoken in Papua New Guinea. So the New Guinea island is home to more than 1,000 unique and individual languages. So we have a huge amount of cultural and linguistic diversity. We also lead the world in biodiversity. We are what's known as a mega diverse ecosystem. And a huge carbon sink. So we're home to a huge amount of the world's global rainforests, as well as other carbon sinks like mangrove forests and coral reefs. So you're welcome, world. We are the other lung of the planet. We also lead the world in many natural resources, mineral resources. Papua New Guinea is about to become the 5th largest producer of natural gas. And very notably, in fact, the world's largest gold mine is in West Papua on the western half of the island. It's Freeport-McMoRan, which is American owned, which may also explain why the US government continues to arm the Indonesian military to illegally occupy the western half of the island. Another really important way that Papua New Guinea leads the world is how much of the population remains indigenous. So unlike many other nations, Papua New Guinea is almost 90% indigenous people. That's not true any longer on the western half of the island, where Indonesia is waging genocide and a mass migration campaign in order to eliminate the indigenous population. Also in Papua New Guinea, we hold a huge amount of our landmass still in traditional custodial hands. So more than 90% of the land in Papua New Guinea is still held by tribal communities, which is also incredibly unusual. And this is all honestly because we were one of the last colonized nations in the world. And we have a very long record of our time there on the island. So the Melanesian people who migrated to Papua New Guinea, the New Guinea island, and the other Melanesian islands came during the last ice age. And our archaeological history shows us that we have been practicing agriculture and our traditional ways of living on the island for more than 10,000 years. But those are just a few quick facts on the way that Papua New Guinea leads in the world. Please remember that we are not a tiny or small island nation. And also please remember, free West Papua.